Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Amy, and I'm excited to guide you through these mini training sessions, which are designed to help you get the most out of Exelsys HR system. Today I'll guide you through some key features of our HR system. We'll view how to create a new employee record, how to terminate an active employee, how to rehire someone who has previously been terminated, and finally when and how to use the force delete function. There are two ways to create a new employee record. The first method is the standard approach, where the administrator manually enters all relevant information into the employee's record. This is done by selecting the Add button from the toolbar. This opens a form where the administrator can enter the employee's core information, including first and last name, organizational unit, birth date, employee status, location and employment date. After entering these details, the administrator can assign a position to the employee using the position assignment form. This involves completing key employment information, including organizational unit and the employee's position, contract type, reporting manager, initial salary details, and the work calendar associated with this employee. After saving the initial position assignment, proceed with completing the remaining fields on the employee's record, most of which are self-explanatory. Employees' personal information and address details can be entered in the Personal tab. The Classification section under the Work tab displays key employment details. Most of these information are captured automatically during the employee's initial position assignment. Absence balance table can be seen in the Absences tab, and then we can see the Communication tab in which email is mandatory for sending notifications to employees. Salary and bank details can be added to the Compensation tab. And if any supporting files, such as a CV or other certificates, need to be attached to the employee record, these can be uploaded through the Documents tab. Under Related Information, more information can be entered, such as employee benefits, assigned articles, employee qualifications, education, past experience, and more. Once the employee record is fully completed and saved, the administrator can set up a user account to grant the employee access to the application. To create the account, select Create Login from the Actions menu or from the Employee's Grid form. Select the corresponding employee and from the Selected Items menu on the toolbar, choose the Create Login option. The Create Login form will then open, allowing the administrator to assign the appropriate system user roles and status, as well as define how the username will be generated. The second approach uses AI to automatically create employee records from uploaded CVs. By uploading an employee's resume, the system can generate the employee record and profile automatically. To enable this feature, set the Use AI to Pass Resumes parameter to True. Once activated, selecting the Add button on the employee form allows you to upload the employee's CV. Click Browse, locate the employee's CV, and upload it. The system will then scan the document and automatically populate the form, while still allowing the administrator to review and adjust any fields as needed. Select the new employee's organizational unit, status and location, and then save. When you select Save and Continue, the system transfers all identified information into the employee form and saves it. Then the administrator can move on to the next steps already covered, including setting up the employee's position assignment and creating their login account. To properly terminate an employee, always use the Employee Termination functionality, rather than simply changing the employee's status. Start by selecting the employee you wish to terminate, then choose Employee Termination from the Selected Items menu. Next, specify the termination reason, the termination date, and any additional details you need to record. If you want the system to assign offboarding tasks to designated individuals, ensure that this option is set to On. Note that this feature requires the company to have the Onboarding/Offboarding checklist module included in its license. Additionally, the system can now be configured to automatically send an offboarding survey to employees upon termination. To enable this functionality, ensure that an offboarding survey is already created and that the related business entity parameters are configured accordingly. Select the related survey and the appropriate email template. Once enabled, the system will generate the survey form and automatically send it to the employee being offboarded. Once you have completed the termination form, click OK to save it. The termination process automatically deactivates the employee's user account, preventing them from accessing the HR system. If the employee being terminated is a manager or supervisor with direct reports, the termination form will display an additional field called Replace With. This allows you to select another employee who will assume responsibility for the subordinates of the departing manager. Once the termination process is completed, the employee's record is saved and becomes accessible only through the Terminated tab in the Employees list. Let's look at the record we just terminated. On the Personal tab, you will find the termination details entered in the termination form. All other tabs continue to display the information previously recorded for that employee. Within the Employees list, you can switch between viewing active employees, terminated employees, or select all to display every employee in the system, including active, inactive, and terminated records. Now let's look at how to rehire employees in Exelsys. This functionality allows you to bring back a former employee without having to re-enter all their information from scratch. To begin, open the Employees form. From the ellipsis menu in the top right corner, choose Rehire Employee. From the drop-down list, select the terminated employee you wish to rehire, or simply type their name to locate the record. Next, enter the details of the employee's new position assignment. When you choose the organizational unit and position, the system automatically fills in the default values for that role, which you can adjust if needed. After that, set the employment start date and save the record. The system will also update the position start date automatically. At this point, the employee has been successfully rehired and added back to the list of active employees with a new position assignment. Before the employee can access the system, a new user account must be created. Let's review the profile of the rehired employee. All information from their previous position assignment prior to termination is preserved in the fields, so the administrator doesn't need to re-enter any details. Now let's have a look at how easily employee records can be deleted in Exelsys. Employee records in Exelsys are normally preserved in the Terminated Employees archive to meet statutory retention requirements. In some cases, however, a record must be removed entirely, for instance, when a profile was created with incorrect or incomplete information, or when a duplicate entry was added by mistake. To delete an employee record, first complete the employee's termination process using the Employee Termination function. After termination, navigate to the Terminated tab on the toolbar and locate the relevant record. Select it, then choose the Force Delete option from the Selected Items menu to permanently remove the record. Thank you for watching. We hope this gives you a clear understanding of how to use Exelsys to create a new employee record, terminate an active employee, rehire someone who has previously been terminated, and how to use the Force Delete function. Exelsys HCM simplifies human capital management.